Hello, it's Josh here. I'm going to take the Mavic out just for about 10 minutes. The sun is setting, it's about 8:30. Yeah, it's going to go down soon. I don't think it fares well in the night, but I'm going to test it sort of at dusk, see how the camera fares. We've probably missed the sunset by now, but hopefully we'll get some nice shots. Yeah, I'm hoping. Basically, I'm interested to see how well the camera copes in low light. I'll probably set the ISO to 100 to start with and adjust as I go on. Fantastic, we have GPS mode, everything's ready to go. We'll do a quick slide to take off, and there's this new feature, which after an update I guess, which is precision takeoff, and it flies a bit higher, uses the I guess the downward cameras to get a more accurate position. So we'll do slide to take off. It's going to fly up.
The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
So it's going to fly up. It's going to fly the house opposite, which you can see by the radar. And we're going to fly up, taking off, and then I'm going to take control, and we'll view the footage from here now. Fantastic. I've taken the drone up to 108 meters at the minute, and we're just going to fly across. At the minute, the footage looks really good. Bit of a wind velocity warning there, so I might take it a bit lower. But we're just going to fly across and see how we fare in the low light conditions. Okay, I would just adjusted the gimbal down so we don't get too much of the sky, because the white balance wasn't faring well. But actually, I mean, it's 20 to 9 at the minute, and it's currently in April, coming to almost May, and the sun is going down, but the light, I mean, it looks dark out the window, but it's quite good quality. I mean, it doesn't look like there's been any loss of focus. It's adjusted the ISO automatically to 400, so what I might do is just do a manual adjustment to see if I take that down to perhaps something like 200. Okay, yeah, that's a lot darker. I mean, I don't want to go too high. I'm just running this in automatic, sort of normal camera settings. I haven't put it in D-Log or anything, or DC like. I'm sure that grading, you know, that might provide something I can use in post-production to improve the quality, but I haven't really got there yet. I've just got the drone. I don't want to play about too much with the grading at the minute. I just want it to work straight out of the box, as do a lot of people. So I'll keep it on auto. I'll take the shutter back up to, take the ISO up to 400, shutters on 25, white balance auto, and yeah, the colours look okay. It does look a little bit blurry, perhaps. I wouldn't say it's as sharp as it could be, but again, I haven't played with the settings. There are tons of videos online, each giving you probably different or conflicting ideas about the settings and what settings you should use. Right now, I'm not too interested in that. I just want to fly the aircraft and have a good time with it. So we'll take it out. Just pointing at the sky right now. It doesn't like the sky, but if I bring it back down, got no problems basically. Still looks okay. Beautiful scenery in the distance. At the minute, this is just a bit residential. I don't like flying over residential and roads really. I like to be quite sensible when I fly. I prefer to take it out to a sort of a place without many buildings or roads or things, just for safety. I don't want the drone please to come knocking. But I think if we are all sensible as drone owners, we're not going to have any problems. Flying it at a reasonably high altitude, just because you can hear the drone noise quite a lot at about 50 meters. So if I take it a bit higher, I could probably take it down to 75 meters just to get a bit of a better picture. But I don't like disturbing people. My neighbours are absolutely fine. I went around and explained to them that, you know, I've got this quadcopter. I apologise for the noise. I mean, the dog next door's dog doesn't like it. It barks. It doesn't like the noise. But that's about it. They don't seem to mind. In fact, they're quite interested in it. And that's kind of nice, isn't it? People aren't going, oh, I'm going to call the police because he's got a drone and he spied on me. But that's nice that people are sort of on board with this. I'm not using it for any illegitimate purposes. I just want to have fun. I just want to fly. I just want to get some really nice shots. And at the minute, I'm just in, I guess, beginners mode. I'm still learning. I want to get some nice. I'm just going to turn around a little bit just because I've got some weak signal. I don't want to lose the signal. But yeah, sorry. Like I said, I'm still in sort of learning mode. I do want to take some nice like swooping shots, like by the river or something like that. I don't have that confidence yet. It's a lot of money to invest in one of these things, but it is very enjoyable to fly. It does feel like you are playing a video game. It doesn't seem real until you see it in the sky. It's so much fun. I mean, I would say you should definitely get one if you're interested. This is a really good drone to start with, just because it's so inconspicuous. Put it in a bag, take it somewhere, fly it home. You're back. No need to lug a pelly case about with a big Phantom in. There's still time for the Phantom. The Phantom 4 has some amazing video quality. Works really well in low light. But this, it just folds up and it's tiny. It's a tiny little thing. So we're flying it back now. I'll show you what I've got on my iPad. Everything looks good, really. This is my current flying setup at the minute. I've got, excuse the messy room and windowsill, hasn't been painted yet. Just the controller, the iPad, just really easy to see what's going on. I'm kind of just following the path back. Every so often, because where I live it's hilly, I guess I get the odd signal interference thing, but it's not a problem. Actually, I'll just point it down because we've got some nice shots where we're just about to fly over the river or just have flown over the river. But what I'll do, I'll just turn myself around. Actually, we're just about to fly over the river now. I've got a shortcut button mapped as it. I think it's the default one. Actually, this is very dark. That's the river there. Yeah, it's increased the ISO to 1600 and 800. You can see on the screen it's adjusting it, and I don't like that. If I was shooting something, I want to keep it in the same ISO because it's gonna keep adjusting. It's gonna ruin your shots, and if you're trying to get the same looking shots, then you're gonna want to put it in a manual mode or make sure the ISO doesn't adjust automatically. We'll just fly over these fields here. Earlier on I was flying it and I did get a signal loss, and it did go back to its fail-safe mode. It flew up to the altitude I set because, again, lots of hills and trees and things around me. I put it to 100 meters. I normally have it on 60 on the return to home mode. So it lost signal because of the hills. It was starting to break up. It lost the signal. My controller beeped at me ferociously, but it did go to its fail-safe return to home mode, which is really good to know that it did it. It was a bit, had shaky fingers there, but no, it was great. It returned home, everything was well. It returned back about maybe 50 meters and then regained signal, and I was able to bring it home for landing. Okay, I'm going to bring it back now. Because I'm sort of behind. I'm pointing out my window at the minute of my home, which is great. I can just fly this in my home. A friend and I were discussing. He's got an Apple TV. I'm playing this on my iPad. We could probably stream this DJI Go app to the Apple TV, and I don't know, you have the whole family sitting around and watching a drone from your on your massive screen TV. That'd be great. I mean, this is the future. But at the minute I've got my iPad, which is nice and big. and I'm basically going to return home. Um, I haven't actually spoken about the video quality. I've just been chatting away here, but you can see for yourself. It's automatically adjusting. I haven't seen this. I mean, I'm just viewing it on the iPad. I'm viewing it through the viewfinder, so I can't really tell if it's got too much of a loss, if it's too grainy, because when you put the ISO up, you start getting noise on the camera. But it looks good through the viewfinder at the minute. But I mean, you'll be able to tell me. I'm used to a lot with video about 5 years ago, but it's advanced so much since I've sort of worked with it. So I'll be interested to know your thoughts on how I can improve the video quality, what settings you use, so I can apply them to mine. For me, this looks okay. It's not perfect because it is getting dark. It's currently 10 to 9, but the lights on the ground look beautiful, and the sky, the sunset here looks really, really lovely. Um, that's the last of the sun's rays. Looking out the window, um, it's reasonably dark outside, so obviously the camera is doing some work to make things look a bit better. So you be the judge of the camera quality here. This is just to show how well it works pretty much after the sun's gone down on a sort of clear, cloudy-ish day. Got 14 minutes of flight time remaining. I'm going to go and land this drone. That'll be good. So I'm just heading back home now. I think the footage looks great, to be fair. I think it looks really good. 91 meters in the air. You can't hear the drone from that altitude, so it looks good. And this thing is so easy to control. I did about an hour's test flights in some big fields, and it's so easy to pick up, and it's very safe to use. You can't really lose it. I'd say that now. Don't say that. In fact, ignore what I just said. I hope I don't lose it. That said, I did buy the DJI. It's called. It's like the DJI Insurance. It sort of tries to present itself as Apple Care. It's not, because it covers you for damage. You have to pay for sort of the replacement, but it doesn't cover you for loss. So if you do manage to crash it, you need to retrieve it, and then hopefully DJI will repair the damage. So they'll take it away. So it's not like Apple Care. You can go to a DJI store and replace it. Maybe you can, but there's no DJI store in the UK. I have no idea if there is one or not. Anyway, I am home now. Just going to have a little quick pan around the last of the sun's light. Looks great. I think the footage looks good. To me, anyway, through the viewfinder. I'm going to take this into land. I'm just going to do return to home. There you go. There's a return to home beep.
Go home.
Go home. Okay. It's going to take itself up from 91 to 100 meters, probably.
Landing.
It's landing. Sorry, it's a really loud beep. Let's just have a quick look down, make sure the area is clear. You can't see that very well. I mean, you can see where it's going to land. But let's just look out my window to see it coming down. I'll probably be able to hear it soon. Landing. You can see. Let's have a quick look down, make sure we're all okay. You can see out the window. It's pretty dark outside, but the camera on the drone picks stuff up. Okay, we're going to land. And actually, this is exactly where it took off. So that precision landing feature is really good. And actually, I'm not going to cancel the landing because it isn't. I'm going to bring the altitude up. Ambient light 2 weeks. So I'm going to just have to do a manual landing. So let's bring that down a bit. Because it was going to land on the grass there. The precision landing only works in if there's enough ambient light, and it does tell you that when you take off. So yeah, just going to land it just here. This looks good. Let's pull down to land. Landing. Perfect. It's landed on the path. So I just shut the window, just making sure I could see it. It's landed on the path. It is very, very close to where it took off. I mean, I didn't give it very much to work with. I gave it about a 60 centimetre square paving slab. And during the day, it landed exactly back on that slab. But during the light, it was just a bit off. And to be fair, I thought there would be enough contrast between the grass and the paving slab to land the drone sufficiently. But I guess not. So you do have to be careful with landing. Don't, if you return to home and then it goes to land, really do watch the drone to make sure that it is free of obstacles. I'm very lucky that I saw and actually gave me the warning before it landed, so it got to 0.5 meters off the ground, half a meter off the ground before it landed, and I was able to say no, stop, don't land. I'm gonna do this manually because clearly, drone, you can't be trusted to land yourself. But firmware is continuously being developed for the drones and pushed out on new features. So there may be a way for them to sort of increase the accuracy of landing and takeoff and stuff. But great, I'm happy. I'm happy with the flight. No issues. I've got 44% battery, and I flew pretty far. It's good. Wind conditions are good. Signal is good. I'm happy. Let me know your thoughts on what I need to do in my settings to make stuff look better. What your setups are like. Constructive comments, really. I'm still learning. I hope to put up more videos. I hope this has helped you if you're considering getting one of these drones. They are coming down in price, which is good. DJI in May are allowing student discount. I got an email saying that if you're a student, you'll get student discount on that, which is going to be 10%. So if you've got an EDU account or a .ac.uk account or something that DJI knows is a student account, then you can get it a little bit cheaper. But if you're a filmmaker and you're considering, oh, it's no use in low light, I'll get a Phantom. Yeah, probably get a Phantom. You probably know better than me. But actually, this isn't too bad at all, and it may meet your needs just because it folds up so small, and you can put it in a bag and then be gone with it. Great. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.